Savio Rodriguez, this religious polarization clearly in civic election is a great, violation of the constitutional idea of elections, of self-governance. And yet we see this narrative propping up year after year.
Yeah, Shweta, unfortunately, we live in a country where religious polarization is a matter of fact. Some people talk about it, some people do it quietly, but religious polarization always happens during
But this is
election time.
as
It
loud
is.
as it gets, Savio, which is worrying to me and worrying to, I'm sure, a lot of people watching these statements being made in public.
I actually, Shweta, I'm not worried about that aspect because like I said, I believe that polarization is part and parcel of the election process. What is worrying for me is that it's the polarization that gets maximum amount of coverage rather than the issues that you are bringing up, which is the civic issues. Now, Mumbai being one of being the financial capital of India, and we're looking at a very great city, a metropolitan city that has lots of good going for it, a lot of people interested in it. There are certainly works that the current dispensation under Devendra Fadnavis has done, but still there's so much to do. There's so much of issues that need to be taken care of in terms of garbage and in terms of improvement of the roads. Yes, they do have the coastal road. Yes, they do have the metro. Yes, they do have many other things that they're doing. But is that enough? And that is why this election should be about development. Now Rani and many others like him will come out and say whatever they want to as far as polarization is concerned. But the people at the end of the day are the ones who become victims of the poor infrastructure that a municipality has. And I think that's the larger issue. Because I personally believe at 75,000 crore, one of the richest municipalities in the world, I think there's so much more that Mumbai can offer to its people and its residents. And having been somebody who lived in Mumbai for 9 years and then moved to Goa, I can tell you there was a lot wanting then, and there is still a lot wanting now. And I believe that at least with Devendra Fadnavis's government, there is some sense of balance in how development and infrastructure should go. Is it at the optimum? The answer is no. I don't think it's yet at the optimum. Can it get to the optimum? That's the hope we have. And I believe more than what Rani says on Har Har Mahadev. I'm an Indian Christian and I say Har Har Mahadev all the time. I said it a couple of minutes ago on a tweet. And I think it's all right. But that polarization is not going to change because you and me say it, Shweta.
I think it's very important, Savio, agreed, 100%. But I think it's very important to understand. You say out of your own accord, your free will and your wish, and you are allowed to do that, and you should be allowed to do that. In fact, everybody, whatever you want to say out of your free will, you should be allowed to do that. But the minute you're forced into doing that, or the minute you're said, if you don't say it, then you're not an Indian enough, I think that's where the problem lies. And that's exactly... Yes.
I agree with you on that, Shweta. I agree with you on that.
Right.
Just as somebody would say Har Har Mahadev, somebody can say Allah as well. Somebody can say Hail Jesus as well, and that's fine.
And they equally deserve to be a mayor or a politician or an MLA or an MP or a prime minister or a president of this country, and they have been for that matter.